Today on Lucky Dog. Every dog has its day, but training them takes a lot longer. Whether it's busting bad habits
Hey, hold on.
or cultivating new skills, success rarely happens overnight.
Good boy.
True results require patience, consistency,
Good.
and above all else, taking it one step at a time.
That's a dance. Good.
I'm Brandon McMillan, and I've dedicated my life to saving the lonely, unwanted dogs that are living without hope. My mission is to make sure these amazing animals find a purpose, a family, and a place to call home. Today, one dog will be saved and one family will have a new best friend. This is Lucky Dog.
The Lucky Dog philosophy is a simple one. Every shelter dog deserves a second chance. And that second chance is achieved through training.
Good.
While each rescue graduates with a rock-solid education in the 7 common commands, a dog's personal needs and the needs of their new owner also dictate the course of their training.
Just get used to it.
And more often than not, laying the groundwork for advanced training requires a multifaceted approach. Such was the case with Sandy, a golden retriever who answered the call of duty for Tim Donnelly, a wounded warrior in need.
I was hit by an IED, an improvised explosive device. The explosion severed both of my legs and tore off a large piece of my forearm and a small part of my elbow. Because of my amputations, I have prosthetic legs, and they're really hard to use. And when you go from being a very independent, strong, capable person to being completely helpless, it's hard to accept.
A service dog would offer Tim a sense of independence, and above all else, companionship.
A friend who's there all the time, and he's there to watch your back. It's got to be a great feeling, and I want to have that.
But preparing Sandy for his new service role meant perfecting one of his natural instincts, the retrieve.
What makes the Golden Retriever stand out from so many other retrievers is its soft grip. Sandy will be trained to pick up everyday objects for Tim. Sunglasses, remote controls, phones.
But teaching Sandy to fetch unfamiliar items will require a specialized technique called bridging. The process starts with Sandy's favorite toy, a tennis ball.
He's already on the tennis ball. He likes it. He likes retrieving it. Now I'm going to connect it to a wooden dumbbell.
Brandon cuts a strip from the tennis ball and tapes it to the dumbbell.
Sandy smells it. He likes it, but it's still very awkward looking.
Then, a moment of clarity.
Sandy opens his mouth and grabs that dumbbell. The bridge has now been formed.
Once Sandy finds his comfort zone, it's time to take his training to the next level, testing his mettle.
Metal is now a whole new ballgame. It's not comfortable for the dog's mouth. It's clanky on the teeth.
But making the transition to metal is vital to the bridging process, opening up the door to more practical objects, like keys and cell phones.
I take a metal rod and I place it right in front of his mouth. I say the words, pick it up. And Sandy opens his mouth. Let her touch your teeth. It's okay, just let her touch your teeth. The second it hits his teeth, I see his mouth start shaking. Try it again. Just pick it up. Pick it up. I know, it's tricky. There you go. Good.
Brandon repeats the process over and over.
And then out of nowhere, Sandy did something that absolutely amazed me. I held the pipe up about 8 inches away from his mouth and I said, pick it up. And he lunged for it. There you go. Good.
Now acclimated to metal, there's no object Sandy can't handle.
Keys, sunglasses, any object that Tim might need Sandy to pick up.
And after honing his skills for weeks on
Pick it up.
end, Sandy puts the retrieve into action with Tim.
Good boy. Give it here.
So what do you think, Tim?
Brandon, I think you've given me something that is going to change my life.
Thank you, Brandon.
Tim.
Okay. Thank you, Brandon, for everything.
Coming up,
Good. There you go.
from fetch to fetching,
Good. There you go.
Brandon unleashes one Lhasa Apso's star quality.
Good.
Here's a health and wellness tip from Banfield Pet Hospital. Did you know that an estimated 25% of U.S. dogs are overweight or obese? Ensuring the health of your pet starts with regular exercise. And while daily walks or trips to the dog park are the most popular activities, you might also want to consider other options like playing fetch, swimming, and scheduling play dates with other dogs. Remember, a healthy dog is a happy dog. Training a dog on the 7 common commands takes patience and an overall understanding of basic technique.
Stay.
But training a dog to its full potential requires something more: the ability to recognize a dog's hidden talent and capitalize on it. Such was the case with Wilson, a Lhasa Apso mix destined for life in the spotlight.
Because Jeff's a photographer, he expressed a lot of interest in having Wilson be his mascot. So I'm going to turn Wilson into a dog model. One of the most important things I have to teach him is the mark. Like any actor or model, it's an exact point where they have to stand on while getting their picture taken. That's exactly what I'm going to teach Wilson today. To start this process, I take out a foam board. It's about 2 feet by 2 feet square.
Beat you. Oh, look at that. Good, good, good. You already know what I want.
I place it on the ground and I tell Wilson, hit your mark while I touch the foam board. He walks over to the foam board and I click, treat, and reward him.
Hit the mark. Good, good. That's a mark.
From there, what I do is I cut a few inches off the sides and I put it back on the ground and I say, hit your mark.
You ready? Hit the mark. Good, 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 good.
Now he's starting to understand the concept. He's starting to understand every time his paws hit this new surface, he gets rewarded. My eventual goal is to get it down to about the size of a coaster.
Good, good. There you go. Nice.
I want you to sit up.
With Wilson hitting his marks, Brandon exposes him to other essential modeling skills,
Good, good. There you go. Perfect.
like the art of the pose.
Keep the head down. There you go. There you go.
Hold it. Good, okay. Good, there you go.
So far, I've taught Wilson how to pose and how to hit his mark. Now it's time to work on his fashion sense.
Trust me, you're gonna like this.
I take the sunglasses, and the biggest mistake I can make is trying to put them on right away. I want to barely touch his nose with them, click and treat.
Good, good, okay, okay. Okay, good.
I want to do this several times. I want to condition him to the sunglasses, the feel of them, the weight of them.
Right there, good. Good, right there.
Before long, he's holding the sunglasses on his head for 2 and 3 minutes at a time.
There you go. Focus on me. Good, 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 good.
Next comes the hat.
Watch this, you ready? Ready? Oh my gosh, look at that.
If I were to just place the hat on the dog's head, 3 seconds later, he would simply wipe it off.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Look at that, it's still up there.
So again, the clicker has to be that bridge to keep that hat on the head.
Good, 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 good.
Before long, Officer Wilson is officially on duty.
There you go. Okay, everything off, everything off. Come here. Look at that, all done, all done. Just for that, I'm not gonna cuff you. Good boy, come on. Yeah, let me show you something.
Having built his skill set, not to mention his portfolio,
It gets better.
Mark.
Wilson strikes a pose for new owner Jeff.
Good, good, there you go.
Fallen in love with you, Wilson. I was blown away. I mean, he hits his mark. That's crazy. Nice.
Coming up, a debilitating case of separation anxiety could leave one poodle mix playing solitaire.
Nobody wants to leave their house while the dog screams and freaks out.
If you are 18 or older looking to adopt a dog in the LA area and want to be on the show, write to us at cbsluckydog@gmail.com. Tell us why, and you might be selected. Shelter dogs are the sum of their past experiences. And while most appreciate a second chance in a loving home, others have a difficult time overcoming the behavioral habits so ingrained in their system.
Yeah, you're not liking it here, are you?
In these cases, solving the issue requires an equally layered approach.
Come on.
And for Grover, a 2-year-old poodle mix with a crippling fear of abandonment, that meant finding the right formula. So Brandon enlists the help of Doggy Cam.
I simply walk outside with a bag of treats. All I'm doing is I'm waiting for his anxiety levels to drop down, to stop crying just for a couple seconds. And as he does, I walk back in the house and I reward him for the silence.
Good boy.
Over the next 2 days, Brandon expands Grover's solo time from a few seconds to a few minutes. But it's still a far cry from what it should be.
In the case of Grover, because his anxiety is so bad, I now have to layer different techniques on top of each other until I find the right equation to solve his issue.
On top of Grover's interval training, Brandon adds a new variable.
I'm going to introduce what's called the anti-anxiety shirt. It's supposed to provide comfort to the dog when you're not around. But I add a little variation to it. I want to get my scent on the anti-anxiety shirt, so I put it in my pocket for an entire day. At the end of the day, I now put it on Grover.
Brandon's scent will add to the comfort that the shirt provides when Grover is left alone.
So from there, I go back to step one, which was going outside and viewing him on the monitor. And instantly I notice he's calm much quicker and for longer periods of time.
With a couple more days of practice, Brandon gets Grover's alone time up to 20 minutes.
Is that working for you? Seems to be.
The layers are starting to stack up, and now it's time to add yet another one.
For this, Brandon relies on his own voice.
No dog surpasses the poodle in intelligence. He has a quality of mind that borders on the human.
This training method is called voice recognition, and this is where I record my voice into a recorder and loop it consistently. So when I leave the house, my voice will constantly be playing, hopefully calming Grover down even more.
The poodle is naturally a sporting dog and was formerly used for that purpose.
Brandon sets up the loop and, like the previous training sessions, steps out with his monitor.
Right away, I notice him start to pace around the house, looking out the window. The big question is, will he continue doing this? A little while later, I noticed the pacing started to slow down. He actually went over to the pile of toys and grabbed a chew, jumped on the couch. I don't see any stress out of him, any high levels of anxiety. The monitor has a microphone. I hear everything, and not so much as a peep comes out of Grover. After a couple hours, I was completely satisfied.
Come here. Hey, remember me?
Most dogs that have high levels of separation anxiety show you their worst in the first 10 to 15 minutes. Grover showed me his best over the course of 2 hours.
Coming up.
Okay, come here.
So, you think you can dance? One Dachshund mix thinks he's up for the challenge.
Good, 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 good. There you go.
Here's a health and wellness tip from Banfield Pet Hospital. Regular vet visits are vital to maintaining your dog's health, but for some animals, a trip to the doctor can be a stressful experience. To minimize your dog's anxiety during checkups, schedule office visits during less crowded times. Acclimate your pet to exam techniques like ear and belly exams at home. And most importantly, always project a sense of calm to your animal.
Lie down.
Motivation is one of the most vital components of dog training. And while most dogs are content to work for food or praise, others require more creative incentives. In Junior's case, inspiration proved tricky.
You see, Junior's mind, he's always in trick mode. He wants to do tricks. He's like an acrobat that has that talent. But when it comes to the basic obedience, the 7 common commands, his mind doesn't want to go there. So everything clicked right there on how to train Junior. I'm gonna trick Junior into obedience. If I can keep that mind focused after I teach him a trick, in turn, I can teach him a basic and common command.
For the first lesson, Brandon keys in on Junior's natural instincts.
Let me clear the dance floor.
I noticed that he had a little jumping habit. Today, I'm gonna capitalize on it by teaching him a dance. Since Junior already has a natural ability to want to stand on his hind legs, the first step should be pretty easy, but I have to put a command to it. I hold a treat high in the air and I say, put your feet up. Right as I say that, he stands up on his hind legs. From there, I reward him. I say, good job.
Come here. Put your feet up. That's a good boy. Put your feet up. Good.
I repeat the process over and over.
That's a good boy. Put the feet up. There we go. Put the feet up. Put the feet up. Good, 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 good. There you go. Put the feet up.
All I'm doing is conditioning him to a new command.
Good, 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 good. There you go. Perfect. Good.
Junior thrives on the challenge. And with his mind still stimulated in trick mode, Brandon seamlessly segues into a common command.
Okay, get up here. Get up here. Now your mind's set. Give me a sit. Good. There we go. Gotcha. I gotcha.
I asked Junior to sit, and he sat perfectly.
Then give me a down. Good, good. That's a down. Perfect.
All Junior needed was a little bit of motivation. In this case, it was tricks.
From there, this tiny dancer takes his skills to the next level, choreography.
So I have Junior stand up on his hind legs, but this time I start spinning the treat above his head. The first time he follows it, he tries to turn his neck and it doesn't work. Finally, the third time it clicked in. He turns his neck. The only way that he can continue to follow that treat is to actually move his legs.
Give me a dance. Good, 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 good. Dance, good boy, dance.
Now he's grasping the concept, so I can start inching my hand further and further away.
Come on.
It actually got to the point where the second I told him to get on his feet, he started dancing by himself.
That's a good boy. That's a dance.
This proves two things. Number one, he understands the command, and number two, he likes it.
Thank you so much. You're a better dancer than me. I'll tell you that much. Come on.
Coming up,
Hey, off.
an insatiable appetite threatens to spoil one Cocker Spaniel's chance at adoption. Just because you take the dog off the street doesn't mean you can take the street out of the dog. Such was the case with Poppy, a 3-year-old Cocker Spaniel that Brandon hand-picked for his Aunt Patty. There was only one problem: Poppy's lack of etiquette.
Hey, hold on. Wait.
I was eating lunch in the kitchen when Poppy started jumping all over the place.
Hey, off. You know that.
Begging is not acceptable in any household, and Poppy will be going into the epicenter of Food Central. This bad habit needs to be trained out of him right now. So the way I train this is I get a large platform with an eye bolt connected in it.
I know. What is it?
The leash loops through the eye bolt, which basically becomes a pulley system. So I sit back down and hold the leash in my hand, and lo and behold, he starts begging, so I simply pull the leash towards me, which pulls him back 1 foot. The more he begs, the less food he gets. Once he relaxes for a couple seconds, I click and give him one of his treats. As the process goes on, he struggles less and less and relaxes more and more while I'm eating.
Good.
Poppy did very well today, so it's time to take it up a notch.
That means raising his game.
A lot of people don't realize that many foods that are healthy for humans are extremely toxic to dogs. Just to name a few: raisins, grapes, onions. Poppy has to learn the art of self-control. When anything hits the floor, he cannot grab it. The only places he can ever eat food from are either a hand or his own bowl. I simply drop a piece of onion on the floor next to my foot, and as Poppy goes for it, I stomp on the floor. It startles him.
You don't want that, trust me.
So once he backed up and settled down for a couple seconds, I fed him a treat from my hand. Okay. Next, we moved on to the grapes. Now it's a new piece of food. It sparks his interest once again.
Okay.
Once he settles, I feed him a piece of food from his bowl, the other safe place.
Brandon tries coaxing him with other doggy no-nos, raisins and chocolate, but Poppy shows remarkable restraint.
It got to the point where I could drop food on the floor and leave it there for a minute before I picked it up.
Lesson learned?
Poppy seems to be embracing table manners, but Brandon decides to cook up one final test.
Today I'll be grilling out on the barbecue and accidentally dropping things. So I brought out a huge plate of very attractive food for grilling, and grilling I did. While the food's cooking, I'm gonna add an element. I wanna create a diversion.
All right, come here, Poppy. Come here.
So I brought out some toys that our sponsor PetMate gave us that were perfect for the job. The toys have small little gaps in them where I can stick Poppy's treats. It steers Poppy's attention away from me onto his toys.
Yeah, all kinds of good stuff in there.
So 10 minutes later, the food's all cooked, and as I pull it off the grill, I accidentally start dropping it on the floor. When the piece of meat dropped on the floor, I saw his head pop up and focus on it really quick. Now he has a choice. He opted to focus back on his own toys and treats, leaving my food alone.
Brandon tries enticing him a few more times.
Poppy doesn't even take notice. The diversion is working. By the end of the session, I was able to eat in peace, knowing that he had been fully trained to the technique.
And that meant a forever home with Aunt Patty.
Oh my God! Oh, look at you! Oh, you're gorgeous. Hello, sweetheart.
From hopeless to a home. That's my mission. One dog at a time.